they created humans, right? And they started breeding with humans. Anu saw it as despicable. I'm just going to cut through some of this. He wanted them all dead. So what did he do? He waited until the revolution of Nibiru came back around and messed up Earth's poles and magnetic fields and caused the great floods that happened. So there's something Enki did with Noah to prepare people for the flood, right? But when the waters shifted down in the Bible, it said it was just over a year, 370 some days, right? So the flood waters come down and there's just bodies everywhere. And I guess Nibiru had knocked, I don't know the specifics, but it had hit one of Earth's moons, so it was causing a lot of like issues with people being able to harvest and stuff. So Enki, who is genetically the father of mankind in this story, I believe he didn't want us to die, so he loved us too much, as it seems. After the flood, he repopulated. And he told humans of the bread and water of the divine, like they would give in church, right? But instead it was food and water that his kind would drink and eat to extend their lives, basically tantamount to immortality. So that's just something that's in there, right? And again, you can see throughout the story that Enki, or Lucifer, remained a savior of mankind. And that's not even getting into the Nephilim, beings of old, and the timelines are a little bit off, but I mean, like the splicing of the genes in the Book of the Giants, they don't line up specifically because the splicing of the genes came before the flood in this story, and then after Lucifer's fall is when technically the splicing of the genes creating cyborgs, cyborgs, that'd be awesome, right? Cyclops, Minotaurs, and Satyrs, and all those kinds of things, right? It came after his fall, but in this story, his fall doesn't happen for a while, and his communication with heaven is actually just Anu on the planet, and human beings don't have that much of a concept of intergalactic beings, or we did, but the way we called the heavens, right? The way we related the word of the sky, the night sky, as the heavens, could definitely be misconstrued in today's context of what people think heaven is as well. So, I mean, I'm just saying. And the last thing I'm going to say, because I am definitely out of time, is the ancient Sumerian language is the exact same. So the Anunnaki gave us ancient Sumerian language. Sorry, my cat's doing something weird. Anyway, so yeah, they were the first to give us language, magic, and these beings that came down from heaven were also considered angels in the Book of Giants. They came down, they gave us knowledge of astrology, divination, tarot cards. They gave us all magical and technological advancements, right? And they're thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. So maybe Aleister Crowley was right, and Lucifer is sitting up there on some distant star in the sky or a planet, just eating and drinking the food of immortality. reaching out to us in an astral sense, speaking to us using magical lines of communication. I mean, if they created us and they're millions of years ahead of us in advancements, that would mean spiritually too, right? So they have all of what our best humans have, or our superhumans have, with their psychic abilities, their astral projections, their telekinesis. They have all of that times 10, times a million, right? So there has to be some way that they would be able to communicate with us, or a lot of us at the same time. So, essentially, the fall of Lucifer also comes in the form of them not letting Lucifer back up to Nibiru. They exiled him because he kept protecting human beings, and that story followed down into human understanding through the Bible and other texts that were created at the time. Talk about a bad game of telephone, and were massively distributed and altered throughout the period of time by people who were in major Christian, Catholic, or any other religious sects, CECTS, correct? So, that's all I have about Lucifer, and do you guys really think he's the bad guy? Let me know.